The way Jesus explains his identity here is really remarkable. It's very informative to me as a pastor and how I handle biblical truth. The way he does it, the way he gets to I and the Father are one, is by talking about, I have you in my hand, and I am so sovereign, nobody can get you out of my hand. I'm stronger than all. And my Father has you in his hand, and nobody can take you out of his hand, and he's stronger than all. So we are mutually omnipotent, and the Father has given you into my hand, and we are holding you together, and we are one. Now, here's the point. That's a huge theological statement which we have to wrestle with. I and the Father are one. But notice how he presented it. He presented it so that it makes all the difference in your life. If you believe it. So much theology is done in the abstract, right? It's kind of theory hanging in the air and Trinity arguments and whatnot. And Jesus says, look, you want to hear me unpack the Father and I in relationship and oneness? It has to do with where you are in our hands and how safe you are there. That's the way he gets there. So I just want to say to myself, to the staff, to all of you, don't be afraid of theology. Don't be afraid of doctrine. Just be afraid of disconnected doctrine. Doctrine doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's just a point of argument. It's just blathering. If you can't see the relevance of a point of doctrine for you, you haven't seen it right. There are no irrelevant biblical truths about Jesus, about God, about salvation. And this little picture here of how he gets to I and the Father are one was a very great exhortation to me. John, if you're going to write books, if you're going to preach sermons, if you're going to lead lessons about weighty and heavy and glorious things, do it in a so what way. So what? I just think it just should be ringing in our ears. Do I see this clear enough so that it makes a difference for marriage and parenting and singleness and work, money, sex, politics, or are you just playing games?